And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining me. So sorry, guys. Don't know what happened. I had nothing. I didn't touch any settings. Nothing changed. Literally nothing changed from what I've been doing for the last year and a half. And all of a sudden, the camera just did not want to turn on no matter what. I had it plugged in, did everything, reset it, everything wasn't working. But we're here, man. Let's freaking go. Tampa Bay with the ball. They are in Carolina territory down near the 41. And let's freaking go. We got 12:07 on the clock here in the first quarter. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me get everything all situated here. Once again, I do apologize. Don't know what happened. But regardless, we're back. We're ready to go. And once we get a chance on a commercial break, I'll kind of break down what this game means for both of these teams. So, nice run to the right side, and that'll pick up a first down on 3rd and 2. Pick up a 4 for Bucky Irving. Nice little run there. Whew. My goodness. It would not be a Saturday without some chaos. So, you know what? It's the theme. It's the theme. Let's go. Let me see here. Hopefully everybody can see me here. Let me double check. Baker looking, stepping up in the pocket. He's going to take off and run. He's to the 35. Takes a hit near the 28. And is going to be about a yard shy of the first down, setting up a 2nd and 1 for the Buccaneers. Let's go. All right. Heck yeah, man. We got 2 people watching, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. And all right, we are live. Everything's looking good. You know, the face is looking okay. The head is not so big. All right, man. 2nd and 1, ball at the 28. Baker in the shotgun, running back to his left. Throws over the middle, finds Cade Otton, and gets it down inside the 20. Tampa Bay in the red zone. Let's freaking go. But yeah, man, how you guys doing? How's your Saturday going? Hopefully the new year is treating you well. And hopefully you're ready for some football, man. We got 2 games with a lot on the line for for these 2 teams and for tonight's game versus Seattle and San Fran. Over the middle, and it's a touchdown. Cade Otton catching that one, man. Taking a hit at the end. And the Buccaneers, man, looking smooth on this opening drive, man. This is there hasn't been many Tampa Bay Buccaneer games on the channel in the last month, but I will say this with confidence, that is one of their smoothest offensive drives in the last month and a half. There we go, man. Baker delivering a throw. And that was once again Otten going down the left seam and getting into the end zone. McLaughlin's kick is up and right down the middle, baby. Boom. All right, Tampa on top, 7-0 with 9:31 left in the first. So what's at stake in this game? Why is it so important? Why is it on ESPN on a Saturday? Why? Well, whoever wins this one wins the division, gets into the playoffs. Loser goes home. Simple as that. If Tampa Bay wins, they continue next week. They will host a playoff game. And for the Carolina Panthers, that means they go home. This is to be the last game, and vice versa if Carolina wins. So once again, the stakes. Basically, heading into this game, man, both of these teams have done just about everything you possibly can over the last 6 games, basically the last month and a half, to not win their division. Tampa was at one point, they were 6-2 to start the year. They were running away with this division. There was a chance if they would have continued to play at that level, they probably would have sewn up this division by mid to late November at the very earliest. So yeah, that was it, man. Tampa Bay had it in their hands, and since then, as you can tell by their record, they come into this game 7-9. They have gone 1-7 over their last 8 games after going 6-2 in their first 8 games. Carolina been up and down. They started out the season really rough. I think they were 0-3. I think at the very least, I believe that they were at least 1-3 at some point. They had a really good October. They were looking solid. November kind of up and down. They just haven't been really able to escape that 500 mark. Once they get a win, they lose. Once they lose, they get a win. It's just been like that all freaking season long for them. But despite their inconsistencies, their inability to string win, they have a chance here to beat a division rival, win the division, and host a playoff game next week. But we're going to see how they do, man. That offense has at times looked really good. Seems competent. Seems like Canales is kind of building things together. And that defense, not terrible, but it's just been there have been games where they look like they have the last 2 years, like a team that is very, very much still rebuilding, still hasn't been able to take those major steps that you would want a franchise to take. And this is gonna be the year, man, for them to, if they can get to the playoffs and they can, even if they don't win, that's gonna be a big feather in the cap of this coaching staff and these players, and that could lead to some momentum next season. So we'll see. All right, Carolina took a touchback. They get the ball at the 35 here. Bryce Young under center. 2 receivers to the left, single back in the backfield. Nice little handoff. Rico Dowdle trying to make a man miss. He does, but still is going to be wrapped up for a loss of 1. And that's kind of been the case for Rico, man. He started out his first, I think it was in October, he took over for the injured Chuba Hubbard. Had 2 incredible games, man. I think in those 2 games he combined for nearly 500 total yards of offense. Then Chuba Hubbard came back. It looked inconsistent, so they turned the ball over to Rico. He absolutely destroyed the Green Bay Packers, went out for one of the best games of his career. But since then, it's been a downward trajectory for him. And it's actually there's going to be a penalty, and it's going to be on Tampa. Unnecessary roughness, so that loss of 1 on first down is going to result in a first down. And they're going to get the ball right at the 50 here, man. All right, Bryce Young under center, single back in the backfield. Receiver in motion, another handoff. And Dowdle slips on the play, loses 2 yards. And Dennis able to touch him down there in the backfield. Yeah, but there's been some positives. Bryce Young continues to develop. It would be a lie to say that he's looking like a franchise quarterback, but he has definitely looked a lot better than he did his first 2 seasons. Tataroa McMillan, the receiver that they picked up from Arizona this season, incredible. Getting better and better every week. Throws it underneath to Chuba Hubbard, and he is good for about a yard, if that. So that's going to be third down coming up for Carolina. All right, we got Bryce alone in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to the left. Tampa sending some pressure, throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. That is Antoine Winfield on the coverage, and they tried to get it out to number 17 there. That is that Leggett? Yep. Seemed like the timing was just a little bit off, man. I don't even think I think the throw was fine. It's where you want it to be. Otherwise, if it's too far to the inside, then that might once again Winfield would have been able to make a nice tackle or a hit on there, or potentially if Leggett was late, then that's just going to be picked off. It almost was. Punt is away, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So I don't know. I think it seemed like right at the top of that route, Xavier Leggett just kind of slowed down. He almost like stutter stepped at the top there. I don't know why, but either way, a disappointing series for Carolina, man. Even after getting the unnecessary roughness or the unsportsmanlike conduct potentially to get them the ball to the 50, unable to do anything with it. All right, let me get my my tabs all open here. I had to restart the whole system here. Yeah, coming into this game, I was looking at the offenses, and neither of these offenses are good. For the most part, they're either middle of the pack or bottom third in the NFL, man. And it just has not been a consistent year. David, what happened? I just got here, Dave. Welcome, my man. How you doing? How you doing? Happy New Year, man. Haven't seen you since last year, man. You been okay? How's the family, man? You got grandkids? What's going on? But yeah, man. Yeah, unfortunately, I was late as well, man. Yeah, had some technical difficulties. Could not get the camcorder to record or even turn on actually. So I don't know what was going on. Didn't change any settings. Didn't do anything. But you know that's technology for you. But yeah, continuing with the offenses, yeah, neither of these teams are great, and their defenses. I thought Carolina was doing a little bit better than I thought. They through the middle of the season, they looked good, or they were in top 5, maybe even top 10 in certain categories, but they were in the top half. Since then, they have climbed all the way down near the bottom. And it's going to be a run to the left side, and I believe that is Rashad White, for a pickup of about 1 or 2. But David, my man, how you doing, dude? How you doing? And who'd you pick to win this game? Let me know. Let me know. I think I picked Carolina last week because I felt like they were a team that was just slightly more consistent, at least And throws to the right side. K-Dot and catching that one. Picks up about 3-ish on that one. All right, we got Baker alone in the shotgun. He's got two receivers to the left. Throws under pressure, gets it out to Mike Evans, who catches it uncontested. Goes out of bounds, but not before picking up a first down. But we do have a flag. Well, this year started out dumb. Grandma Stegosaurus had a stroke in December. No, she went in hospice January and passed. Oh, David, I'm sorry, brother. Dang, dude. Well, let's give one up to Grandma Stegosaurus. To an absolute legend, 98 years old. Let's go, man. That's a freaking life right there. She loved frogs, so here's some frogs. Hey, frogs in the chat. I'm putting some frogs here. Let's go. Give me 1 second here. 1st and 10, ball at the 47. Yeah, but David, my condolences, brother. My condolences. Boom. Let's get some frogs in the chat, man. All right, we got 2nd and 9 here. Sorry, I think I missed a play. Sorry about that. All right, Baker in the shotgun, running back to his left there. He's got two receivers stacked up to the right side. Throws it underneath, gets it out to Bucky Irvin. He picks up the first down. Gain of about 11 yards there. But David, you doing okay, my man? Yeah, I hope the year gets better for you, man. And once again, hopefully the family is doing okay. Yeah, dude, 98, man. That's like we're talking about what, late 20s, dude. She had experienced a lot of incredible history, man. Obviously some good and some bad, but man, that's awesome. Nice little little trick play, little end around to the left side, and Johnson able to pick up about 4 there. 2nd and 6 coming up. Comes up with a face of a lot of grass right there in the grill, all up in there. We got 2nd and 5 here. Mayfield, pressure, steps up in the pocket, and he's got some blockers, breaks up tackle, and picks up 7 yards. First down and near the 27-yard line. We do have a late flag here. I think this might be on Carolina. Yeah, I'm okay. We had seen her slow decline last year and a half, so this wasn't a complete. That's fair, man. Well, I'm glad you got to spend some time with her over hopefully the last couple months, man. And I hope, yeah, man. I don't know. I hope she finds peace, man. I'm sorry. But yeah, like I said, man, 98, man. That's a heck of a life, man. Man, this is really raining. It's pouring out, man. We're getting that Florida weather right now. That true Florida weather. And I guarantee you, after it rains, it's going to be sunny for the next like week and a half. First and 10. Baker under center. After the penalty on Carolina, they get the ball at the 13. Finds a man alone in the end zone, and he misses. Oh my God. That was Durham, the backup tight end. Baker just missed on that one, dude. There wasn't a defender within like 7 or 8 yards. Actually, more than that. It might have actually been closer to 12 yards. Yeah, that's the one Baker wants back, man. I don't know what took him forever to locate him. All right, second and 10, ball at the 13. Baker hands it off, run up the gut, and it's good for about 2 near the 11. That's not true. It rains for like 2 hours every day. Oh, see, that's why I couldn't live in Florida, man. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I need my sunshine, man. Like, even when it snows here in Wisconsin, at least the sun is out sometimes. All right. 5 receiver set. Baker looking. Steps up in the pocket. Rolling out to his left. And he throws into the end zone. And it goes in and out of the hands of the rookie Emeka Egbuka. We got 4th and 8 coming up. Tampa likely going to just kick a field goal here to take a 2-possession lead. Late in the first. We got 2:01 in the first quarter. I didn't even know they were going to have this game on ABC. Oh, they do? Oh, what the heck? ESPN just said it was on ESPN. Usually they say it's those liars. Those liars, I tell you. I might actually have to switch over to ABC then. 29-yard field goal by McLaughlin is good. 1:57 left. All right, let's check this out. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Well, it's showing on ABC for me. You are correct, because I just switched over, and it's on ABC. I tell you. Actually, to be fair, ESPN didn't say it. It was Google. I Googled it. Did not mention ABC. The disrespect. Unbelievable. Oh, man. Yeah, so like I said, these teams have done basically everything they can to not win this division. Like, just when you think you're like, oh, Carolina on a 2-game win streak, they're going to run away with it. Nope. Then they match it with a 2-game losing streak. Tampa wins 1 game in their last 8. It's like, come on, man. Come on. But, yeah, it's... the NFL is going to force one of these teams to be hosting a playoff game next week, whether they like it or not. Simple as that. The NFL is like, no. One of you is going to win no matter what, and you're going to be hosting someone at your house. And it seems like Carolina and Tampa Bay are like, no, we don't like people at our house, man. They make a mess. They're terrible hosts, and they beat us up. All right, we don't want to play at our house. You know, Tampa Bay is like, hey, bring your own beer. Nobody ever cleans up after themselves. People just make a mess. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Ball at the 35. Once again, there was a touchback for Carolina. Bryce under center. Little play action. Rolling out to his left. Delivers a throw. He's got a man across the 50 down near the 46 of Tampa Bay, man. That is, I believe, Tremble with a nice little catch. Actually, no, sorry. That was Bryson Tremaine. Undrafted out of Stanford back in 2023. So, here we go. All right, Young under center, and looks like we're going to get a false start here on Carolina. All right, we got 110 on the clock, and it is running. All right, Panthers back at the 49. Bryce Young fakes the handoff, dumps it underneath to number 84, and he gets it down to the 45 of the Buccaneers, gain of about 5 or 6 there for the tight end Evans. All right, Young in the shotgun, Rico Dowdle to his left, and we got 2 receivers spread way out, stacked up on each side. Handoff to Dowdle, and he cannot find any running room up the gut. Picks up maybe 2 yards there. And that was Yaya Diaby, one of my favorite names to say. And that's going to take us to the second quarter here, man. This game, only 1 score, but it looked good for Tampa Bay, man. They were smooth on that opening drive. Yeah, Baker's been able to move up and outside the pocket quite a bit through the first 2 drives. And if it wasn't for him kind of just underthrowing one of the passes in the end zone on the second drive, Tampa would be up probably 14-0 at this point. Let's go, man. We got 4 people watching right now. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Please, if you're new or you're just joining us, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't. We do as many games as we can on the channel. We're averaging about 5 games per week. Last week we did 6. And we're going to be trying to do every single playoff game that we can as well. So if you're looking forward to that, stick around, man. Leave a like, subscribe. Helps out the video, helps out the channel a ton as well. So thank you. Yeah, coming into this game, I was looking at the amount of pressure that these teams have been able to put on quarterbacks, including bringing them down for a couple sacks. And these two are in the bottom. I'm pretty sure, for sure, in the back half of the NFL. But I think both of them are in the bottom third. I think Carolina. There's only three other teams that have fewer sacks this season, and I think it's the Jets and the 49ers are the only team that have fewer sacks than Carolina. And Tampa Bay is not significantly better. I think they're right around where I'm trying to think of the team. I think they're right around where Indianapolis is, I think. And Indianapolis' defense has been rough for the last like 2 months. All right, we're back here. Third and 8, ball at the 43. Bryce in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got two receivers split out to the right. Looks, throws to that right side, and it goes in and out of the hands of the rookie. I believe that is McMillan. Yeah, Tataroa unable to hold on to that one. They hit him right in the hands. David, just found out there's a small get together of family in an hour, so gonna get ready for that. Enjoy the game, David. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much. I think I missed your chat there for a couple minutes, so thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Enjoy the family get together, man. And the punt is away. It's going to be bouncing right around the 11, and it's going to be downed near the 5. All right, Baker hands it off. Bucky Irvin running up the gut, picking up 3 yards down to the 9. All right, we got 14-10 here. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side. Baker in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looks, has time, and just overthrows Irving there on that short little route there to the left. Yeah, that's one Baker wants back, man. I mean, you gotta put that on him. It did glance right off of his hand, but I mean, Bucky is not that big of he's not that tall of a running back, man. You got to be able to put that right on him. He probably picks up at least 4 or 5. All right. Baker in the shotgun, running back to his left, has some time, throws to the right. He's got his man, and that is McMillan picking up the first down, getting it down near the 20. Tampa Bay on the move. All right. Toss to the right. Rashad White slipped on the turf. Scott was able to get a little bit of piece of him, trying to force him to do a little bit of a spin move. And White unable to keep his balance. Picks up about 2 or 3 there on the right side. Yeah, you can see he was beginning to slip, but then Scott able to kind of take that plant foot out from under him, and White goes down after a minimal gain. Second and 7. Baker in the shotgun, running back to his right. Mika Buka in motion. Looking his way, Baker throws it underneath, and that'll be incomplete. Just throwing that at the feet of Cade Otton. All right, Baker in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got 3 receivers on that left side. Has some time, steps up in the pocket, delivers, and he's intercepted. Ball at the 40, to the 30, 25, and taken down at the 19. And Baker literally just throwing that one straight to the linebacker. That is Rosenboom. I mean, dude, that wasn't even close. Like, look at this right here. So you got Rosenboom straight up the middle there, and then just undercuts the route. Baker just never saw him. Losing the linebacker in between the raindrops there, man. Yeah, that was Emeka Ibuka, the intended receiver there, but clearly Baker was just really locked in. All right, man. Carolina with a chance here. Ball inside the red zone already. Bryce over the middle, gets it to his man, and down at the 9. Might have picked up the first down, I believe. It should be 1st and goal for the Panthers. Yeah, Bryce able to get it out to his star rookie receiver, McMillan. Yeah, just a little shallow crosser there from the left to the right. All right, jumbo set here for Carolina. Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. Bryce hands it off to Hubbard, and he breaks a tackle in the backfield, but is only going to be able to pick up about a half a yard down to the 8. Let's go, man. We got 5 people watching right now, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you spending your Saturday with me, man. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully the new year is treating you well as well. I'm still getting used to saying 2026. It feels like a fake year to me. Like 2025. Maybe because it has 5 at the end. But 2026? Just weird. Bryce looks, finds a man, and it's a touchdown, Carolina! Let's go, man. Ooh, nice little dance there in the end zone. I like it. The only reason I like it is because I feel like I could dance. I could do that dance. That was the tight end Tremble basically running a very similar route to Tetaroa a couple plays later. Basically, a nice little shallow cross. Was blocking, and then just disengages, and Bryce able to find him wide open. And the extra point is good, right down the middle. All right, man. We got 10:50 left, and Carolina's offense able to pay off the Rosenboom interception. Look at that, man. Baker just threw it right to him, man. Like, listen, I'm not saying I could have gone deep into coverage to be able to intercept that, but if I was in that spot, there's like a 25% chance that I would have been able to catch that. Like, it was right to him. And that's what the Panthers are gonna have to do, man. Because I don't believe, even though Tampa's offense has been struggling from the last basically the last 2 months, to be honest with you. But I believe that Carolina is going to have to be able to get something from their defense. That means turnovers, some short fields, because I still don't believe that their offense is explosive. It's been at times when they've been able to run the ball with Rico Dowdle, or at least be somewhat efficient, they've been doing okay in the passing game. But they're far, far, far from an explosive offense. So they're going to need short fields. They're going to need favorable down and distance to be able to kind of keep this Tampa offense not only off the field, but keep that Tampa defense from really attacking Bryce Young and forcing him to throw the ball a little bit sooner than he would like. Yeah, and for Tampa Bay, man, they need to stop with turnovers. I think if they don't turn the ball over again, but if they don't create mistakes like that where you're giving Carolina short field, but on top of that, just keep the ball safe. If you do that, Tampa Bay should win this game. Just based off how they have enough receivers, they have enough running backs that are explosive, that are veterans, that will be able to make plays at the right time, but they need to minimize the mistakes. They are not good enough as a team, whether offensively or defensively. They are not good enough to be able to basically overcome major mistakes like the one we just saw Baker throw. So, all right, looks like we're back. We'll see what the Buccaneers are able to do, man. They need to bounce back a little bit. Just a little bit. I think even a field goal would be huge for this next drive. They don't want to lose momentum. Fumble, and it's recovered by Carolina, man. There's a flag on the field as well, so we'll see what that penalty is. But I think it might have been recovered by Carolina, man. And if that's true, they get the ball near the 25. All right, I'm gonna wait to see what the possession is, but also what the flag is. All right, this Tampa Bay seems to be very convinced that they have the ball. Number 82, Culp for Tampa Bay is pointing that it's Carolina's ball, which is hilarious. Oh, sorry, no, they actually flipped the camera around. Sorry about that. We got a few guys shoving right here, but mostly they're oh. There's still no call. Okay, the penalty is on Tampa Bay. That was number 55 there, able to just get enough of the returner's arm to just, that ball just kind of just fell out. There's very little effort. Like, whack. Okay, so looks like Tampa Bay is going to get the ball. Okay. It looked to me like Carolina recovered, but whatever. And it's a run, and oh, jeez. Bucky Irvin just gets slammed for a loss of about 3 in the backfield there. Oh, that was Tristan Wirfs. I think he whiffed on that block. Looks like they were trying to pull him to the right side, and nothing, man. That edge rusher able to get to the running back. All right. So loss of 4, 2nd and 14 ball back at the 11. Baker in the shotgun. Hands it off. And Irving able to get back the yardage that he lost on the previous play. So a gain of about 4. All right, so we got 9:35 here left in the first. 9:35, clock is running. We got 3rd and 10. Baker in the shotgun, running back to his left. 3 receivers on that right side. Baker looking, sets up a screen. Rachaad White has an opportunity, and he gets it. Gain of 12 down to the 27. Rachaad White, man, able to weave his way through the defense. Took a hit, made it into a little bit of a spin move, and able to fall forward for the first down. Dude, if you're Carolina, man, you can't allow a screenplay like that to break off that much yardage. Baker in the shotgun, delayed handoff, gets it out to Bucky, but he is going to be wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Dude, it is freaking pouring out right now. All right, Baker in the shotgun, 2 running backs in the backfield with him. Throws it out to White. He's got a blocker, and he will be good for a gain of about 7 across the 30, getting it down near the 33. Dude, that poor ball girl looks absolutely miserable, man. The mascara is running. Her hair is sopping wet. Can somebody give that poor girl a hat? Baker Mayfield running to his right, breaks a tackle, gets the first down across the 40, and slides down near the 43. Nice little pump fake there by Baker. Ooh. I don't know. I think the rain, man, is making Baker Mayfield look like primetime Michael Vick, man. All right. Ball at the 44, 1st and 10. Baker under center, single back in the backfield. And he ends up taking out his own guy, that is Sean Tucker, number 44, getting tackled by Baker Mayfield in the backfield. Boom! Look at that collision. Yeah, man, I think Baker might have missed his calling as a linebacker, man. That was a hell of a shoulder check. Woo! All right, 2nd and 14, ball back at the 40. Baker looks, ball falls out of his hands, and he tries to make a play, trying to step up in the pocket and gets tackled, loses 2 yards. And we got a Carolina player down on the ground. Yeah, it looks like he was going to try to throw it to the right side, and the ball just... looking like a bar of soap, man. Couldn't hold on to it. All right, and that is Bobby Brown, number 97, former 4th round pick, and oh, he's an Aggie, Texas A&M. Started out his career with the Rams. That's right. This is his first season with Carolina, man. Got paid a little bit. All right. 3rd and 15. Baker hands it off, gets it out to White, and he will get it down near the 44. Picks up about 5. That was looking like a great drive, man. They started inside their own 15, and then just bad mistake. Obviously, Baker running into his own running back there. Might have been the running back's fault, but either way. And then the ball just slips out of Baker's hand as he's trying to throw, and then, yeah, man, just kind of unwilling to throw the ball down the field there on 3rd and long. And it's going to be caught inside the 15, gets it out down to the 17. We got 4:17 left in the second quarter here, man. So hopefully Carolina can get a score just to make it a little bit interesting, man. Because there can be a little bit of a lead change here. I feel like that we're gonna start to see these teams kind of. I feel like the dynamic is definitely gonna change a little bit, just a little bit. Dude, let's freaking go, man. We got 6 people watching right now, man. I appreciate you. If you guys get a chance as well, man, please hit up the chat. Let me know who you picked. Who do you expect to be hosting a playoff game in 1 week here? Not just for this game, but next game, man. Later tonight, we got Seattle going against San Francisco. Whoever wins that not only wins the NFC South, obviously hosting a playoff game, but they are actually going to be winning the number 1 seed in the NFC. And if it does happen to be San Francisco, they have an opportunity to be the number 1 seed, get a home game for every single playoff game, including the Super Bowl, because they are going to be hosting it over there in Santa Clara. So yeah, man, San Francisco has a chance to host 3 consecutive playoff games, all at their house, including the Super Bowl, man. So that'd be pretty cool. I would hate it as a Packer fan. I hate to see San Francisco or Seattle really succeed in the playoffs. So hopefully, whoever wins that one, hopefully they just lose in the playoffs. One and done. Am I still bitter about the playoff losses that we've had against Seattle and San Fran? No, of course not. I don't. Hold on, let me. Yeah, that's my bitter juice right there, man. Yeah. But plus, we've seen San Francisco go to the Super Bowl so many freaking times. They never win. So, 1st and 10, ball at the 16-yard line. Bryce under center. Hands it off to Chubb, and he picks up about a yard on the play. Sorry, that's actually the former Dallas Cowboy, Rico Dowdle, Uncle Rico, with a carry. Second and 9. Bryce looks like he's changing a few things here right at the line. He's going to be in the shotgun. Rico to his right. And he's got his rookie receiver there to the right side as well. Bryce steps up in the pocket. A little bit of pressure. Throws to the left. And he got his man. And that's going to be McMillan. Making his way all the way to the left side of the field, man. Holy cow. Big first down. Picks up 14 yards. All right, Bryce under center. Fakes the handoff. Roll into his left. Pressure. Gets it out. He's got a man open. Down near the 47. And that is Horn with a nice little catch there. And Jimmy, man, coming out of Colorado over there. Was catching passes from Shedeur Sanders last year. Now is catching them from Bryce Young. All right, Bryce under center. Hands it off to Uncle Rico. Has some momentum and gets it across the 50 down to the 49 of Tampa Bay. All right, we have reached the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Carolina trailing by 3, but they have the ball and they are in Buccaneer territory. Trying to see if they can get into the end zone for the second time today and potentially take the lead before the half. Go, man. We got 6 people watching, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. If you guys get a chance, please leave a like on the video. It helps the video a ton. Helps it get into other people's eyes as well. And on top of that, if you haven't, man, subscribe. We do as many as 5 games per week. Last week, we actually did 6. So, yeah, man, we try to do as many games as we can. We do every Packer game, every primetime game. And with the playoffs coming up, man, we're going to try to do as many as we possibly can. So, it's going to get crazy. Give me your predictions for today, tonight. Let me know, man. But I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. Yeah, and I forgot, man. Actually, the Panthers get the ball to start the second half, so that would be huge if they can score on this drive. Even a field goal would be massive because they have a chance to double dip. If they score a touchdown, if they kick a field goal here, score a touchdown in the second half, by the time Tampa Bay gets the ball back, man, there's a good chance they're down by 7. Or, best case scenario for Carolina, man, they score a touchdown here, able to hold Tampa Bay to nothing before the half, and maybe even score another touchdown. So, big things could change quite a bit here in the next couple minutes of this game. All right. We got Bryce in the pistol, Rico to his back, and then finally he's got a receiver alone on that left side. Looks like Leggett. Pressure, throws it out, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it out to Tremble there in the flat. All right, we got 3rd and 6 here, man. This is gonna be a big play, man. They gotta keep this. They gotta keep the chains moving. Tampa Bay showing pressure. They send 4, throws to the right, and it's intercepted by Tampa Bay. Ooh, Bryce Young, man, trying to force it to his rookie Teteroa McMillan, and the Buccaneers able to jump that route perfectly. And that was a Parrish, number 15, I believe. Let me double check my records. Number 25, sorry. The rookie, Jacob Parrish, once again, able to jump that route. Looks like McMillan was running a little bit of an out route, and Bryce just threw it way too far to the inside, man. Way too far. Like, even if he throws it towards the sidelines, which that's what he should have done, there's still a good chance it's not caught, but you can't throw something like that inside, man. You cannot give Tampa Bay a chance to intercept that ball. An incomplete pass is significantly freaking better than what just happened. Just a bad throw, bad play by Bryce Young, man. Yeah, dude, you can't make mistakes like that, man. Not when you are clearly the second best offense on the field, and trust me, Tampa Bay has not been a very good offense for about 2 months now. Ooh. Yeah, both of these quarterbacks, man, throwing some ugly freaking balls that got intercepted. Like the Rosenboom interception, that was a bad decision and a bad throw by Baker Mayfield. And now Bryce, it returns the favor with just about as bad of a throw and decision on that one. So, dude, let's freaking go, man. We got 7 people watching, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Once again, if you guys are new, my name is Dave. I've been doing this for about almost 2 seasons now. I started in week 2 last year, man, and we just kept on going, man. I think after this week, we will have more streams than we did all of last season, including the playoff run last season. So, yeah, man, we're getting better and better as we go along. So, thank you for joining me, man. I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you guys stick around. If you haven't, please like the video, subscribe. It helps out the channel, helps out the video immensely. So, thank you. All right. We're back. Buccaneers with the ball near midfield here. Ball at the 42. Baker hands it off. Bucky Irvin weaving his way through. Picks up about 6, maybe 7 yards there down near the 49. Yeah, if you look at this route, man, Tetero, he runs it well. And then Bryce is he's a little bit late, but once again, that ball was thrown way too freaking inside, man. That is something that, especially if the coverage is that tight where the corner is still kind of sitting at the top of that route, you either throw it so far where it's almost impossible to catch, or you throw it high. You cannot throw it short and inside. It's going to be a handoff to Sean Tucker, and he loses a yard on the right side there, trying to get some room. Sets up a 3rd and medium for Tampa. All right, Baker in the shotgun, running back, stepping up a little bit in the pocket there. He's got 3 receivers bunched up on the left. 3rd and 5. Baker looking, pressured, steps up in the pocket, bought himself some time. He's running out of time and throws it at the last second. Kate out and catching it to the 40, 35, and down at the 31. Was Baker right at the line of scrimmage? Otherwise, this would have been an illegal forward pass, but I think he was right at the marker, man. Again, technically, he can still be past it. It's just some part of his body needs to be behind the line. And look at that, dude. That is a heck of a throw. Freaking dodging bullets, dodging raindrops, and able to find his tight end at the very last second. First and 10, ball at the 31. And Carolina is going to take a timeout here with 18 seconds left. It's actually the first timeout we've had all game. Yeah, from the looks of that, man, Baker and this offense were in no rush to call a timeout or even try to get to the line, man. So I think they're going to be okay settling for a potential field goal here by McLaughlin. Sorry, man. Just they're cutting to the fans, man, and most of them just look miserable. It's gonna be a run up the gut, and Bucky Irvin running for a gain of about 7, maybe 8 on that one. All right, looks like Tampa is gonna use a timeout here. 13 seconds left. All right, we got 2nd and 3 there for the Buccaneers. See, that's what's confusing me right now. It says right there, with a win and an Atlanta loss, Tampa will win the division. So they still need Atlanta to win. So if Atlanta wins this week, Carolina can still win the division, even if they lose today. Okay. 2nd and 3, Baker in the shotgun. Delayed handoff, Bucky Irvin finding some room, picks up 4 on 2nd and 3, gets it down to the 20. Buccaneers using their 2nd timeout here. Stopping the clock at 9 seconds. All right, Baker in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 2 receivers split out to the left. Hands it off again, and that's not too surprising. Bucky Irvin picking up about 2 yards, stopping the clock with about 5 seconds left. I gotta give it to Tampa, man. They did a good job, man. Picked up about almost 15 extra yards on those runs. And able to kind of get this clock all the way down to just 5 seconds. right, man. Chase McLaughlin made his first kick of the day. This one from 36 to try to give Tampa a 6-point lead before the half. Kick is up, and it is good. No flags, no flags. 2 seconds left. Oh, wait. Spoke too soon. There is a flag, and it's going to be a false start. Oh, sorry. Encroachment on Carolina, so that'll be declined. Field goal stands. So the interception there by Bryce Young costing his team a little bit of a larger deficit in the second half. Tampa Bay only able to get a field goal, but they'll take that, man. I think in this game, as long as the rain keeps up, man, the points are going to be at a premium in this one. Like, once again, but neither of these teams are going to be scoring 40 points. You know, this is not going to be that the game that we saw last week. Neither of these offenses are at that point in the season, man. They have struggled to be consistent. They have struggled to get into the end zone. So, honestly, it wouldn't be surprising. Whoever probably gets to 20 is the winner of this game. McLaughlin kicking this one away. Goes in and out of the end zone. Touchback. All right. And Carolina's just going to take a knee here. All right. Halftime, baby. Woo. All right, let me double check, see if I'm missing any news throughout this game. The 13 points for the Buccaneers ties their best first half point total in the last 7 games. The last time they scored 13 in the first half was against Atlanta. I think they ended up losing that game, though. But yeah, that's freaking crazy, man. Like, if you look back at what this, I mean, we can look back now. We have plenty of time. But look back at Tampa's start to the year, man. They were on fire. They were really solid. So they beat the Falcons 23-20. And then they scored 20 points against the Texans, which is not surprising. The Texans, top 3 defense in the NFL, if not maybe the best. Their secondary is incredible. Their front 7 may not always get to the quarterback consistently, but they are freaking tough, man. Good tacklers, freaking tough against the run. And, yeah, so that's one. Scored 29 against the Jets. Gave up 27, though. Scored 25 against the Eagles. Scored 38 against Seattle. Scored 30 against San Francisco. Let me see here. And then 23 against the Saints. 23 against the Patriots. Like, this team was consistently getting into the 20s, consistently heading into the 30s as well. Scored 32 against Buffalo Bills until Josh Allen went absolutely crazy and won that game. But since then, man, 7 points against the Rams, 20 points against the Cardinals. Let me see here. 20 points against the Saints. They scored 28 against the Falcons. That was again we just talked about. 20 again. Like once again, that 20 mark is the barometer for Tampa Bay. When they are able to get past that and their defense holds, they win. Obviously. But that's been the biggest issue, man. Their defense has been so freaking unreliable for most of the season. Like the 20 points that they gave up against the Falcons in Week 1, I think the Falcons scored what, like 14 of those points in the final like 3 or 5 minutes of that game. To give up 27 points to the Jets is insane. They gave up 31 points to the Eagles. That's, we've seen the Eagles offense over the last couple of weeks, man. Horrendous at times. 35 against Seattle early in the season. Not too crazy, but that's not, regardless of how good Seattle was playing at the time. If your defense is giving up 35 points, not a good sign. Let me see here. What else? Gave up 28 against the Patriots, 44 against the Bills, 34 against the Rams, 24 against the Saints. I think the Saints were down by 2 touchdowns heading into that fourth quarter. And then giving up 29 points to Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. Like, these are not good things, man. But anyway, sticking with this game, Tampa Bay, they're playing pretty well. Their defense, making plays. They're not making major mistakes. They're keeping everything in front of them. They're forcing the Panthers to basically march down the field, either on the ground or if they are passing, they're forcing them to kind of just dink and dunk their way down the field, which wouldn't be a big of an issue for the Panthers if they were a team that was capable of doing that consistently. They're not. They are not built for that kind of offense. They are a team that is built on the big play. And it's not because they want to. It's because they don't have other recourses. They just don't have the weapons to be able to kind of spread it out and be consistent. They don't have the quality to be able to march it down the field like we saw Detroit do last year, like we've seen the Patriots do with Tom Brady, or even the Chiefs over the last couple of years. Even when they were not at their best, they were still able to just dink and dunk their way down the field, pick up 3 or 4 yards here and there. Carolina does not have that kind of talent at this point, and they don't have the ability to sustain drives for that long throughout that many plays. So Tampa Bay, if they continue to kind of force the Panthers to just take the stuff underneath and just kind of stretch those drives, into the double digits, eventually, as we've seen, the Panthers are going to beat themselves with penalties, turnovers, or just simply not making the play. Drop passes have been a big issue for them, even more so than Tampa Bay in the first half. I think they had 3 drops in that first half. So, yeah. Steve, what's going on, brother? Come on, King Baker, take your team to the playoffs, and Atlanta will not beat New Orleans. Ooh. I like that prediction. All right, man. I'm going to hold you to it, Steve. But, Steve, how you doing, my dude? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Hopefully your weekend is going well, man. All right. So we talked about Tampa. Now let's talk about Carolina. What they potentially need to do in the second half to not only take the lead, but to win this game. Once again, if Carolina wins, they don't have to worry about what Atlanta does like Tampa Bay does. They just need to win. Simple as that. But yeah, they're going to need to get the running game going, man. Unfortunately, you do not want to rely on Bryce Young. Even though at times he has looked good this season, he's looked a little bit better than he has, obviously, the last couple of years. But and I think I mentioned it earlier, Bryce Young has not shown the consistent ability to be that guy, to be a franchise quarterback, a guy that, when everything else fails, he's going to give us his chance at the end. He's just not that guy. At least not right now. Maybe that may change. Some guys have really been able to kind of revitalize their careers. Sam Darnold, one of them. Daniel Jones, we've seen that. To be fair, they've only done it for 1 season, or for Sam, might be 2 seasons now. He played pretty well with the Vikings last year and has done pretty well with Seattle. But with Bryce, man, it's been a lot of promise, but no consistent um, no consistent follow through in his play, man. He has one, two, maybe three really solid games, and then it's another month or 3 games of just bad quarterbacking. Right now, that first quarter was, I would say, mostly on that on the second part of that, where it's been some bad throws, some missed opportunities. Obviously, was able to get them into the end zone, but that was with them getting the ball basically at the 19, already in the red zone. So, Steve, I am doing great, but I was shocked Green Bay signed Diggs. I don't know why they did that. Well, they're dealing with some injuries in the secondary. They lost Nate Hobbs in that Ravens game, and I think they also lost somebody else. I'm just trying to remember who it was. But yeah, they lost at least 2 players in that secondary. So, and I think it's a little bit of, so they needed some some depth, and on top of that, they're hoping that maybe this pays dividends. Maybe not this year, but next year. Like Diggs, man, he's a Pro Bowler. He had that one incredible season, and I think it was his second year. 11 interceptions. Even coming into the season, he was still kind of averaging, 3 interceptions, which I think if he did that with Green Bay this season, I think he would be in the lead. I don't think there's a single player besides maybe Xavier McKinney that has more than 2 interceptions this season. But yeah, man. So I think the Packers are like, it's low risk. Uh, Worst comes to worst, if he doesn't play well these next 2 games, this week and the playoff game, we cut our losses and we don't lose much in terms of, a contract. So that's what I'm thinking. Captain, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Hey, Dave, did you hear that Allen's off tomorrow? It's Trubisky this week because Allen's getting rest and Jordan is. Yeah, absolutely, man. 100%. Yeah, I think a lot of teams that are not able to kind of change their seeding, Green Bay, no matter what they do, whether they win or lose, they're the 7th seed. I think the Bills, no matter what they do, I think they're the 5th seed in the NFL or in the AFC. So, at that point, why risk your quarterback? Why risk some of the bigger players? Just kind of rest them. So, but yeah, Dave Diggs isn't on Green Bay. He's still with New England. No, not Stephon Diggs. His brother, Trayvon Diggs. He was released by the Cowboys. Yeah, Trayvon Diggs, the corner, he plays in the secondary, in the defensive secondary. He got let go by the Cowboys earlier this week, and the Packers picked him up from waivers. But yeah, Stephon Diggs. We'll see what's going on with him. There's simply something worse than being cut by your team, and that is what Stephon Diggs is potentially dealing with. Yeah, I'm not really going to comment on that because I have no idea, obviously, if the stuff is true, hopefully there's some proper restitution for that person, and we'll see. But yeah, no. Stephon Diggs, yeah, he's still with the Patriots. We'll know. We'll see if he plays this week or this year. We'll see. Are you still planning on doing Bills again tomorrow or a different team? Tomorrow we will. We're only gonna be doing 2 games tomorrow. Let me see here. Yeah. Yeah, just because unfortunately I gotta do a few things tomorrow. Otherwise, we would be doing 3 games. So we got Panthers, Buccaneers, we got Seattle and 49ers later today. We're gonna do Packers, Vikings, even though it may not be a great game. Jordan Love is not going to be playing. Willis is not going to be playing. So the Packers are going to go with Clayton Tune as their quarterback. And we'll see if J.J. McCarthy even plays for the Vikings. And then we're going to be doing Ravens and Steelers. So, yeah, no Bills and Jets, man. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, because I don't think I'll be able to get that game. I think if there was a game that I would do at 3 o'clock, I would only have the Lions and the Bears. So, There's an 8 o'clock game. I believe that is the Ravens. Yeah, they're at 7:20 Central Time, so they might be 8:20 your time, my dude. All right, baby. Third quarter about to get underway. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll be doing Packers Vikings, and then we're gonna finish off Sunday, Week 18, with the Ravens taking on the Steelers. Whoever wins that game is also gonna win their division and head off to the playoffs. Yeah, but Captain, who do you have winning this game, my man? Who do you have, Carolina or Tampa Bay? Let me know. Captain Tampa Bay. Okay, okay. There you go. I think Steve also has Tampa Bay winning. I think I actually picked Carolina. I think I was trying to see if I can get an upset here. We'll see if that happens. It's not looking great. And the kick goes out the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback for the Panthers. And then David Stegosaurus also picked Tampa. So right now, man, it's 3-1. All right, man. If Carolina wins, man, you guys are going to look like fools. Fools. Sorry. All right. We got 1st and 10, ball at the 35. Bryce under center. Single back in the backfield. Hand off to Uncle Rico's got some room, and it closes up pretty quickly. Picks up about 3, maybe 4 on the play. All right, Bryce in the pistol. Uncle Rico behind him, and he's got a single receiver on that right side. Throws to the right, and that one's going to be a little bit short, but he does catch it. I believe that was a Coker picking up about 4 yards on the play. Oh, man, dude. Every time I see Bryce Young try to throw an out route, man, it just scares me. All right. Young in the shotgun, running back to his right. Throws it quickly to the flat, and it's going to be a yard shy of the play. Gets it out to Coker again. Picks up 1. Once again, dude, another pass that is low into the inside. If Bryce is able to throw that one just a little bit higher and just lead your receiver towards the sidelines, you'll be able to kind of catch that in a natural motion and then be able to kind of head towards the sidelines. All right, we got 4th and 1 coming up here. Hands off, and Chuba Hubbard picking up 2 yards and a 1st down. Jets made another quarterback switch going against the Bills. Okay. Dave, have you seen Brady Cook play? I have not. I've seen like a few highlights. To be honest with you, looks like the best quarterback they've had since maybe Rodgers last year. Yeah, definitely this year for sure. Brady Cook has he's been. I think there might be something there. I'm not saying he's a franchise quarterback or anything like that, but I think he could be a guy that maybe you sticks around with the Jets for a little bit, even if he's a decent backup. Bryce pressured, throws it away, and will be incomplete. Roberts able to put a little bit of pressure on the former first overall pick. Yeah, and I'm hoping. I kind of hope Brady Cook, man. Hopefully he can get better and better, man. Like I'm one of those guys, man. It's fun to see. It's funny to see a franchise struggle for a while, but after a while, it's like, come on. Steps up in the pocket, finds his man, and that is gonna be Tetaroa McMillan with a big catch over the middle, first down, and they are well into Tampa territory. Nice job by Bryce, man. Staying in the pocket, letting the pass rush kind of move a little bit closer, and then just able to kind of sidestep it, step up, deliver a freaking throw. It was a little bit behind, but good enough to catch. First and 10, ball at the 34. Bryce under center. Play action, and it's going to be dropped by Uncle Rico there. Yeah, it looks like Young was about to roll to his right. It looks like the safety or the corner there was able to blitz off that right side, and then turned around, tried to throw it to Dowdle on the left. Could have been a decent play, man. I think Dowdle had some room to run, but the hands were not there. And Tampa Bay is going to challenge that this was a backwards pass, which would mean, they lose maybe like 3 or 4 yards. I don't know if it's worth challenging, but actually no, sorry, a loss of 6, and it was actually the booth corrected that one. So replay assistant. All right, Bryce, 2nd and 16, throws it over the middle, and the ball is going to be incomplete. Nowhere near where that ball probably should have been. So 3rd and 16 here. Carolina in the shotgun. Bryce with time dumps it underneath to Chuba Hubbard, and he cannot get much on that one. Picks up maybe 4 yards. So they were just talking about this in the booth. The major issue with that first play, that it was a backwards pass, is they blew the whistle dead once the ball hit the ground. So they didn't even let Rico Dowdle advance the ball. All right, this is a 54-yarder. Kick is up, and not even close, man. Sidewinder on that one. Yeah, the people in the booth were saying that if you're gonna correct that after the play, you can't be like, oh, we didn't allow you to advance the ball when it was clearly a fumble because we blew the whistle dead, basically telling you you cannot move it. It's dead right there, and then we're gonna be like, oh, actually, we called it an incomplete pass. We didn't allow you to move the ball. Actually, the ball was live. So you're going to lose those 6 yards that you could have maybe minimized with picking up, 2, 3, 4 yards. Who knows? Maybe he might have broken out for a big gain. Like when it comes to that, you as a refereeing crew, That's either replay the first down, which probably wouldn't happen, or you just say we messed up, we made a mistake. It's gonna be, you know, 2nd and 10. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. The NFL needs to find a way to correct those kinds of freaking mistakes. All right. So we're on a commercial break. We're not missing a thing. So yeah. Once again, the 54-yarder was missed by Fitzgerald. So Tampa Bay is going to get some decent field position here. All right. So let me see where we are at when it comes to the stats for this game. All right, Carolina with 116 yards of total offense, not great. Tampa Bay with 100 yards more. Carolina with just 12 freaking rushing yards, man. They're 0 for 5 on third down, and they're getting beaten out in time of possession by almost 9 minutes. All right, Buccaneers with the ball, and it's going to be Bucky Irvin picking up nearly 5 yards there, right up the middle. Let's freaking go, man. We got 8 people watching right here, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for liking the video as well. 8 people watching, 8 likes. Heck yeah, man. Thank you, man. Once again, if you're just joining us, if you haven't yet as well, man, subscribe to the channel, man. We do as many as 5 games per week. We're going to be heading into the playoffs. It's going to be a lot of football to be watching. So thank you. Baker pressured, and down he goes for a sack. Second time Baker has been brought down for a loss. That was Murring with a nice little tackle there. And it is now going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and 10, actually. Dave's Bills just picked up Matthew Judon for Sunday's game. He's a defensive end, former Dolphin. Hey, there you go. Yeah, Matthew Judon, he's been bouncing around the league for the last few years now. 3rd and 10. Baker over the middle, gets it out to Cade Otton. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first. And they're actually saying he picked up 8, so 4th and 2. It looks like Tampa's offense is going to stay out there, man. They're potentially trying to put this game out of reach already, man. Because if they can go up 20-7, unless there's a major shift for Carolina's offense, man, that might be enough to win this one. Baker in the shotgun, running back to his left. Ooh. Nearly caught Carolina jumping off sides, and not going to snap the ball. Buccaneers are going to take the delay of game, and they're just going to punt this one away. They almost got Rosenboom right there, number 56, nearly able to get him to jump off sides. Rosenboom also has the interception for Carolina. All right, punt is away. And it'll be fair caught at the 6-yard line. And that is, I believe, Trevor Etienne, Travis Etienne's little brother. And if you don't know who that is, Travis Etienne is the starting running back for the Jaguars, man. All right. Going to a commercial break, but when we come back, we'll see if Bryce Young and this offense can get something going, man. I feel like they're going to need an explosive play down the field, man, whether it's a run or just getting one of those receivers, man, open somehow, some way. Because I talked about it at halftime. Carolina is not going to be able to dink and dunk their way down the field. They're just not built that way. They're just not a team that can consistently do that. They need to be able to have some shorter drives to have success, especially against the Tampa defense that has underperformed, to say the least, this season. Borderline bad. But they do have enough players in that front seven, Vita Vea, Roberts, and then guys in the secondary. Antoine Winfield, we saw Parrish, the rookie, get an interception. So they have playmakers kind of all over that field that eventually, if that drive goes into 8, 9, 10, whatever plays, one of those guys is eventually going to be able to make a play, whether it's on the ball, on the line, against the run, and that'll just stall Carolina. So, yeah. So I think Carolina's best chance is to be able to make just a big play, man. They got to find a way to get somebody open, get the ball down the field, and, pick up 30, 40 yards to kind of try to get them in scoring position. Captain George Kittle may be active tonight going against Sam Darnold. Yeah, man. Both of those teams, Seattle and the 49ers, they will definitely not be resting their starters, man. Like, unlike Green Bay, unlike maybe the Bills, those two teams have almost everything to play for. They're in the playoffs no matter what, but the division title, a playoff game, and the number one seed. So, having home games throughout the playoffs, that is what's at stake for both of those teams later on today. All right, we got 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, and I believe that is going to be Chuba Hubbard. Might have actually lost a yard. And it's the big man, number 0, Yaya Diaby, able to knife his way there to bring him down for a loss. And we got 7:40 left on the clock here in the third quarter. 7:40, clock is running. All right, Bryce alone in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers on that left side. Pressure, throws, ball is caught, but only gets it down to the 10, pick up about 4 yards. Looked like Bryce Young almost slipped as he was about to plant his feet. Once again, inaccurate. Oh, there you go. Carolina catching a little bit of a break there, gets an illegal contact on the Buccaneers. So that's only 5 yards, but it is an automatic first down. I'm not gonna lie, that felt like a little bit of a makeup call by the referees. They're like, we kind of messed them up last drive, so let's maybe we'll give them a first down. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 11. Bryce in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, throws to the left side, and it's going to be caught by Tremble, and he is good for about 13 yards and another Carolina first down. Captain, Saints going down tomorrow, at least one as they're in Atlanta. Okay. I mean, if you're a Buccaneers fan, you hope not, because even if the Buccaneers win tonight, they are not guaranteed to win the division. If Atlanta wins, Atlanta jumps them in the knocks them down basically to second place. It's gonna be a run up the gut, and Hubbard able to get it down to the 29. That's a little pickup of about 4. Second and 5. Bryce under center. Single back in the backfield, and it's going to be another handoff. This one, Chuba able to pick up about 4 yards, setting up a 3rd and 2 for Carolina. And looks like the tight end Tremble losing his helmet there. He might need to get off the field. I don't know if they changed that rule in the past. Oh, wow. Completely missed a face mask there by number 8, Dennis by Tampa Bay. That should have been a penalty. Grab the face mask and literally rip the helmet off. All right, ball at the 32. Need to get it to the 34 for a first down. Bryce, he's got a man down the field, and it's going to be caught across the 40, down near the 35 of the Buccaneers, and that is the play I was talking about right there. Getting the ball down the field, explosive plays, and it's the rookie Tetaroa McMillan. I think they're going to spot it somewhere around the 36. And that's going to be a late flag, and they're going to get it on McMillan for offensive PI. That's not offensive PI, man. He didn't extend. He didn't shove him off. He freaking shoved him off to the side. But there is no, I don't know. We got 3rd and 12 here. Bryce pressured, throws, and he's going to throw it away. Incomplete, man. The referees are really just doing Carolina dirty, man. Seastrom! Good morning, sir. How you doing? How you doing? How's your weekend going, my man? Also, Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. And it'll be fair caught at the 31 Tampa Bay. Now, with a chance to control this game, we're late in the 3rd. We got about 4:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Also, Seastrom, who do you have winning today, my man? Going well. Happy New Year. But yeah, man. Trying to think here. Yeah, so that pass interference call, man. One super late, and on top of that, it did not look like that is pass interference, man. Like, it is not the fault of the receiver that the that the defender is not athletic enough to stay on his own 2 feet. Like, I don't think the ball was even in the air yet so it can't be pass interference. Maybe it could be Like, I don't know what you call it. Is there even a? I don't know. To me that was a bad call. It was just a straight up bad call. Because if you look at what McMillan did, he did not he did not push like off his chest or even really do much like to get underneath. He didn't really get leverage. He slapped his arms away from him, which to me that's arm fighting. Parrish was doing that. McMillan should be able to do the same. So I don't know. To me, that was a rough one. That was a rough call, and Carolina kind of getting some bad calls the last couple drives. But let me know what you think, man. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I could be wrong, man. I literally could be wrong, but I don't know. To me, that was not enough for me. I've seen guys do like, look at this. Can I show the replay? Yeah, man. Like we've seen big receivers like that, like Mike Evans, do that consistently. Get you're not grabbing their arm, but you get a good grab of it or like a hold of it, and then you kind of push it off to the side. Once again, I'm using the word grab, but and Baker gets it out to one of his receivers there on the flat, and I believe that is Amika Buka picking up what looks like a first down. But basically, McMillan just pushing the defender's arm off of him. Went a little high. Maybe they thought he pushed his helmet, but I mean, it's clear as day. The arm is up there. That's what he's pushing off. Should be fine. 2nd and 2. Baker under center, ball at the 39. Handoff to Bucky Irvin. He picks up 3, picks up a first down. Tampa Bay moving the chains here. Dude, let's freaking go, man. We got 10 freaking people watching, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. If you're new to the channel or you're just joining us, please leave a like on the video. Helps out the video a ton. And subscribe if you haven't. We try to do as many games as we can per week. Last week we did 6. We're averaging about 5 per week since week 1, man. All right, Bucky Irvin bouncing it to the right side, and he is good for about 7 yards. That is number 7 picking up 7 yards. Nice job, man. Able to kind of just go against the grain there, getting it just underneath the pass rush that was moving that one to the left side. All right, Baker under center. Irving gets another handoff, cuts it up the middle, and he is good for about 2 more yards. That's going to set up a 3rd and 2. Those last 2 runs puts Bucky Irvin in the lead in this backfield. Rashad White 560, Bucky 567. Handed off to Irving again, and he picks up 3 yards and another first down in Carolina territory. And the Buccaneers, man, trying to rubber stamp their ticket to the playoffs. They still need a little bit of help from the Saints. Tomorrow they need the Falcons to lose for that to be guaranteed. So even if Carolina loses today, they still have a chance with a Falcons win tomorrow. 1st and 10. Baker under center. Play action, pressure, and he gets out of a sack. Gets out of another, rolling to his left, delivers a throw, and that's going to be incomplete. K. Dotton falling on the field, and now they're going to throw a late flag on Scott. Yep. Pass interference. Dave Canales is saying he tripped, which he did. Dude, man, the referees are wow. First and 10. Baker under center. And it's going to be a run by Sean Tucker. Loses 2 yards there. Barnes and I believe that was that Rosenboom or Murring? It would have combined on the stop. And for if some of you guys are new, the two things I rarely ever do is complain about the refs. Don't get me wrong, the refs at times are freaking horrendous, but we all know this. I try not to bring it up too often. And on top of that, I like Baker Mayfield. I like this Tampa team. I think they are the better team at times, but they have been horrendous the last 8 weeks, and I think Carolina has a better chance of actually winning in the playoffs. Even though I don't think they will. It's going to be another run up the middle, picks up about a yard, maybe 2. Might have picked up the yardage that they lost. So I want to make that clear. I'm not like saying, oh, I don't want Tampa Bay, so I'm seeing like the refs have been freaking terrible in this third quarter against Carolina, man. That incomplete pass that they turned into a fumble, but they didn't let the Carolina Panthers advance the ball. And they're like, yeah, we didn't let you move the ball up the field after your own guy recovered it. So you're just going to take the 6-yard loss. And then that offensive PI that was an offensive PI, and now Cade Otton ends up tripping or gets his legs tangled up with Scott, and they call that defensive PI. I'm like, come on. So anyway, that is the end of the third. We head to the fourth with the Buccaneers, man, moving the chains and trying to put this game out of reach here early in the fourth. Captain Dave, what tight end with Hawaiian name was playing last week? Allen threw him, and it was incomplete pass. That is a good question, my dude. I do not know, but I can look it up real quick for you. We're on a commercial break. We're not missing a thing. That is Kaliki. Yeah, Kaliki Latu. Kaliki Latu played for Cal, then transferred to Nevada, and then finished off his college career with Washington. He was undrafted this year, so yeah. So it was Kaliki Latu, number 83 there for the Bills. Hopefully that guy sticks around, man. That's a fun name to say. Kaliki Latu. It's got character, man. It's got a little pop, got a little rhythm to it. Like you can use that name for like almost anything at this point. Like hey, dude, we're going to the bar at around 7, right? You can just be like Kaliki Latu, bro. May not know what you said, but you're like something positive, and I feel like, yeah, we're gonna be meeting at 7. All right. He didn't say yes, but when he said Kaliki Latu, I was like, you know what? I think that was a yes. You know. Or like when you're saying goodbye to your best friend, or like that cousin that you really love, be like, hey man, it was great seeing you, and you'd be like, yeah man, for sure, Kaliki Latu. You're like, damn dude, I feel like I just got blessed. See, this is what happens when we're not scoring points here. I gotta find a way to entertain you guys, because these teams don't want to do anything in the second half. So, Kaliki Latu to you. All right. Happy New Year's and Kaliki Latu. All right. It's the last time I'll say that name, at least on this stream. No guarantees tonight. All right. Third and 8. Baker looking. A little bit of time. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to run it himself. Runs into his own guy. And is going to be wrapped up after a gain of about 2, maybe 3. Fourth down coming up. Captain with Drew Brees out for the Jets. You think the Bills can stop them? Drew Brees, my man. I'm pretty sure Drew Brees is retired, long retired. I don't think he ever played for the Jets. But yeah, I think the Bills. Oh well, I don't know. I think the Jets have a better chance now with Josh Allen out for sure. And the kick is good. McLaughlin. Sorry. McLaughlin able to extend Tampa's lead here. All right, so Buccaneers with a 9-point lead. That is a 2-possession lead here early in the fourth quarter. All right, so we're on a commercial break. We got 14-12 left in the game. Once again, the scenario is Carolina wins, guaranteed division title, guaranteed playoff berth, and a playoff home game next week. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can hold on to this lead, they will have the lead coming into this final week, but they need the Atlanta Falcons to lose. If Atlanta loses and Tampa Bay wins tonight, Tampa Bay guaranteed playoff spot, guaranteed division crown, guaranteed home game next week. But if Atlanta wins tomorrow and Tampa Bay wins tonight, Carolina punches their ticket. So Buccaneers are going to need to win tonight, and they're going to need the Saints to help them out. Steve, 2 years from now, I can see this game in news because of betting scandal. Man, I really hope not, man. I really, really freaking hope not. I know, especially around different leagues, NBA, MLB potentially as well. I know there's been some massive scandals. Like, it's not surprising. Like, yeah, when you have potentially hundreds of millions, if not potentially billions of dollars hinging on a handful of games, yeah, there's going to be maybe some sketchiness, the temptation for players, referees, other people to try to skew it in their favor. Yeah. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's just incompetence. One of the few times incompetence is the thing that you hope for. But yeah, man. No good. Captain Dave Allen starting for the Bills, then Trubisky going in. Okay, gotcha. All right. Captain Brees Hall, I meant. Oh, gotcha. I was like Drew Brees. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's in the booth, or in like one of those like halftime shows. But okay, Brees Hall. Oh, so he's not gonna be playing. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. He's been he's been their best back ever since they lost Braylon Allen. Brees Hall has been the only thing that seems to be working in that offense. So yeah, without him, man, actually the Bills might still win in a landslide, but we'll see. Kick is away, and the Panthers are going to take a knee for a touchback. Who will face the winner of the South? No, Philadelphia won their division, so it'll be one of the teams that did not win the division in the NFC. So that'll be either San Francisco or Seattle. I'm pretty sure Seattle or San Francisco. If whoever loses is going to have the best record of the wild card teams. So that's who Tampa is going to go up against, and I don't like their chances against either team. Bryce able to get the ball out under pressure, and Coker picks up about 3 yards there on the catch. Yeah, because it's going to be second seed goes against 7th seed, third seed goes against 6th seed, and finally 4th seed, which would be the NFC South here. They go up against the 5th seed. So, yeah. They're likely going to be going up against a team from the NFC West. And that's not good. That's not a good sign for them. All right. Quick throw to the right side. Rico breaks the tackle to the 40, to the 50, to the 45, and down near the 37 of Tampa Bay. Big play for the Carolina Panthers. Let's freaking go. Nice little screen there on the right side. Oh, so no matter who win here, we'll get out from the first round. So no matter who wins here, get out from the first round. So the only team that gets a bye is going to be either Seattle or San Francisco, whoever wins tonight. That's whoever wins that game tonight is going to get their first round bye. Everybody else has to play next week in the wild card. Quick throw to the right side. Nice throw by Bryce, man. That's the kind of out route. That's where the ball needs to be placed. High and to the outside. Nice little catch there by Leggett. Picks up about 4 or 5 there. Yep. Yeah, so if Seattle wins, they get a bye. San Francisco and everybody else needs to play next week. Or if San Francisco wins, they get a bye and everybody else needs to play that made the playoffs. All right, 2nd and 5 here. Ball at the 32. Bryce pressured, throws it over the middle, and overthrows his receiver. 3rd and 5. Great freaking job by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Able to get a free man in the middle there. Free blitzer in the middle. Yep. Michael Clemson's out. Isaiah Davis, Xavier Newman, Mason Taylor. Damn, the Jets have a lot of guys out, man. 3rd and 5 there. Bryce looking. Throws it over the middle, and he's got a man. That's going to be a first down. Ooh. And Leggett taking a nasty hit in his lower leg. Able to kind of get up, but he's limping for sure, man. That was I don't like that kind of hit, man. That was unnecessarily low. Actually, it looks like his hip took the worst of it, so that's probably a good sign. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 20. This has been their best offensive drive. Ball is flipped back, and it's lost. And Bryce Young, I think, just lost the ball. Rico Dowdle, they try to do a flea flicker. Rico slips on the play, still tries to throw the ball, and Bryce does not fall on top of it. Unbelievable, man. And that was on Carolina, man. That had nothing to do with the refs there. That was just a dumb freaking play. Why are you running a flea flicker at the 20-yard line? Like, I get it, trying to draw the defense in, but if you're Rico, man, as soon as you start to slip, man, you just keep the ball. Keep the ball. It's better to lose 2 yards than to see what the heck just happened there, man. That was ugly. That was an ugly freaking play there by Carolina. Dude, let's freaking go, man. We got 12 people watching here, man. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Helps out the channel, helps out the video a ton. Captain Bills, Terrell Bernard, Taquan Jones, and Jordan Poyer out for the Bills. All right. And I'm assuming those guys are they injured or are they just resting those guys? Because those are some major players in that Bills defense. See, Bills have less out, man. That's fair. All right. Yeah, the only thing that's kind of saving the Carolina Panthers right now is that they can still win the division with Atlanta winning tomorrow. And that was actually Levante David, the veteran linebacker, able to recover that fumble. Let me move the ball here. All right, ball at the 29 here, Tampa. On offense, Baker hands it off to Bucky Urban, bouncing it to the left side, and he is good for about 3 or 4 yards. We got 10:55 here left in the game. 10:55. Bryce took a freaking beating being on the ground there, man. He got hit by Levante David, and he got hit by his own offensive lineman who was trying to recover the fumble. And then just like 3 or 4 guys just piled on top of him, and Bryce was just on the ground. Luckily, he doesn't seem hurt. He seems more disappointed. All right. 2nd and 6. Ball at the 32. Baker rolling to his right. Delivers a throw. Wide open receiver. Johnson able to get it down near the 50. Sorry, 50. Sorry, guys. It's super dry here in Wisconsin, man. It's been very cold the last week, and the old windpipe there, a little dry, a little dry. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 50-yard line. Baker in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got a single receiver on that right side as well. Quick handoff. Bucky spinning his way for a gain of 3 down to the 47. Captain probably not getting them ready for playoffs. Oh, gotcha. You talking about the Bills? Yeah. Like it's debatable, man. Like whether you're like, do you start them to try to keep them in rhythm, or or obviously if you end up losing Josh Allen because of a game that would not have mattered in terms of like playoff implications, then you're gonna look like a dummy. So, yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna be happy. But 2nd and 7, quick throw, gets it out to, I believe that is Chris Godwin picking up a 1st down. Might be his first catch of the day, man. All right, Baker under center, single back in the backfield. Hands it off. Rashad White picks up 2. All right, Baker in the pistol, running back behind him. Fakes the handoff, gets it out to K-Dot, and he's got blockers. Picks up the first down, continues to run, and down to the 25 of Carolina. Buccaneers, man. The rain has stopped, and they have just begun to take control of this game, man. Yeah, Tampa Bay has found their footing here in the last couple minutes offensively. They're in striking distance of another field goal. All right, Baker under center. And the play is going to be blown dead. There's a flag. I think it might be a false start. Yep. Yeah, what does Tom Grassi say? The cha-cha? You know who we haven't seen a whole lot of in the last couple drives is Emeka Ibuka, the rookie. Look for him to probably make a play here at some point. Baker in the shotgun, running back to his right. Hands it off to Rachaad White, and he finds some room getting it down near the 23. Picks up 7 there. Clock is going to continue to run here. We got 6:35 on the clock. 6:35. Yeah, if you're the Buccaneers, man, you don't really care about any more points. You're already up by 2 possessions, and all you're caring about is how much time can you take off this clock. Carolina's going to have to start thinking about using some timeouts here once they get it probably under 5 minutes. Handoff. White, and he is going to run near the 20, so a pickup of 3 on second down. All right, 3rd and 5 coming up. Three receivers bunched up on the left. Baker in the shotgun, running back to his right. Baker looking, stepping up, rolling out. Woo! Nice little spin move. Can't get anything down the field, and finds K-Dot near the first down marker. And they're going to say he's a yard shy, man. So 4th and 1. I mean, if you're the Buccaneers, clock is going to continue to run. You're up by 2 possessions already. A field goal makes it 12 points, but it doesn't do a whole lot. So I think there's one of those where I think you go for it. I don't think anybody would blame you. Did Otten keep his toes in? Ooh. And Dave Canales is going to throw a challenge flag there. It's close, man. If he is out of bounds, it's literally by a single cleat. Like a sliver of that shoe is right on the line. They really didn't give us like a dead on like bird's eye view or even like one right down the barrel. It was kind of off to the side, so it was tough to see. To me, it looks like it's out of bounds, but it's not. We're not 100% sure. Anyway. All right, gonna go to a commercial break here while they look at that play. Let me see here. Let me look at the playoff scenarios here. So yeah, the Broncos have an 82% chance at the number 1 seed. The Patriots with a 15% chance, and the only other team that has a chance at it is the Jaguars. They have a 3% chance. Enters the final week with the widest range of any. The Jags can be as high as the number 1 seed or as far as the 7th. So wow, the Jags, jeez. Okay. Seahawks, 54% chance. Bears, Eagles, Panthers, Rams, Packers have 0% chance of getting the number 1 seed, while the 49ers, who are currently the 5th seed, are the only other team to have an opportunity at the number 1 seed with 46%. Simple as that. They just need to beat the Seahawks. All right, so it's ruled an incomplete pass. The play is overturned, and the Buccaneers are going to settle for a field goal here. 38 yards by Chase McLaughlin. Ball is blocked. It's blocked. And the ball is going to be blown dead. It just stops moving there in the end zone. Yeah, that bad snap, a late hold, and then just a low line drive. Terrible blocking there on the left side. And there was the big man up there. Ooh. All right, well, Carolina is going to get the ball back, but they're going to need to score quickly. They're down by 2 possessions. We got 5:12 left in the game. 5:12. Alrighty, it's going to be a quick throw and picks up about 4 yards there. Bryce throwing it to the right side. Second and 5. Young in the shotgun. Rico to his right. He's got 3 receivers on that left side. Ball at the 33. Pressure, delivers a throw to the left side. A wide open receiver near the 50-yard line. Carolina picks up a big chunk there in a first down. And that was to the tight end, Tremble. All right, Young in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 3 receivers on that right side. Buccaneers showing pressure. They send 5. Sets up a screen. Rico Dowdle unable to get anything positive out of that one. Loses 5 yards back at the 45. All right, Bryce alone in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 2nd and 15. Young throws it to the left side, and that's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 15 coming up. We got 3:55 left. All right, Bryce in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Looking, throws it underneath, and that play is going to be picking up about 7 yards. Still going to be 4th and relatively long. So obviously down by 2 possessions. I mean, this is about as easy as a decision to go for it. 4th and 8 coming up. 4th and 8. This could be likely the game right here, man. I'd be surprised if Carolina, if they don't convert this, I doubt they get the ball back. All right, Bryce alone. Pressure. Throws it up in the air. He's got a man. It's caught. Tataroa McMillan down inside the 10. And the Panthers have life. Woo! Let's see here. Nice little wiggle right there. What do you call that? Like a skinny post? Either way, 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Carolina. Bryce in the shotgun. Looks. Throws, and out the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Come on, Bryce. You had time. Ooh, Bryce. Check out his left hand, man. A little bit of blood there. A little bit of blood. Hey, I'm not sure why Young threw that ball. There's no pressure on him. He could have, I think, maybe bought himself a little bit of time, maybe rolling out a little bit. Not completely rolling out, but just kind of taking a step or two to there. I don't know. I feel like he gave up on that play a little bit too quick. All right, Young in the shotgun. Dowdle to his right. 2 receivers stacked up on the left side. Pressure, throws to the left. He's got a man! Touchdown, Carolina! Coker with an absolute incredible freaking catch. High pointing that one, had a defender draped all over him and able to bring it down to the ground. Jalen Coker has given the Carolina Panthers an opportunity here. All right, man. This extra point is going to be huge. You make it, you can win with a field goal if Carolina can get the ball back. If they miss, you're down by 3. Come on. Captain. You got the deer? The deer. Oh, dear. We got 2:27 left here. Fitzgerald missed his field goal, but he's been 1 for 1 on the extra point. Kick is up, and it's perfectly down the middle. We got ourselves a 2-point game here, man. Buccaneers. The defense finally caving. And for the first time today, Carolina able to get into the end zone without their defense giving them the ball in the red zone. Let's freaking go, man. We got 8 people watching. Let's see if we can get to 8 likes, baby. Come on. Come on. Jalen Coker, he just gave us some drama here, man. You got to give me a like. Come on. No, but I appreciate you guys being here, man. That's it's wild. Early in the year, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Captain, if the Panthers lose, it's not over for them. Nope, absolutely. Yeah, you're right, man. They still have Atlanta to help them out. 8 likes already. Woo, let's go. All right, kick is away. Caught inside the 10, return to the 20, 25, and Sean Tucker getting it down to the 29. Oh, looks like we had a little bit of a fight there right at the end of that return. How much time is left? 2:27, my dude. 2:27. Actually, it might be a little bit less after the return there. But sorry, 2:27 was when they scored the touchdown. We got 2:28 there after the return. Sorry, 2:23. My goodness. 2:23. Carolina does have all 3 timeouts, so they could technically get the ball back before the 2-minute warning with a 3 stops here. And they got the first one there, only gave up 2 yards down to the 31, maybe the 32. Tampa Bay with the ball. And it looks like I think Carolina just used their first timeout here. All right, 2nd and 7. We got 2:17 on the clock. Carolina did use that first timeout. It would not surprise me to see them throw the ball here on 2nd down, trying to get a little play action fake. Handoff. Irving picks up another 3 there down to the 35. Canales using the 2nd timeout here. Parker Curry, I hope the Buccaneers win tonight. It would make things a little bit interesting, especially that Saints and Falcons game. That would have some playoff implications for these two. So that'd be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I did pick Carolina to win. So who do I root for? My pick? Or do I pick for the Buccaneers to win to make that Saints game a little bit more interesting? Did you say Dallas? Did I say? I don't think I did, but maybe I did. I don't know. And Baker rolling to his right. He's got a man, and Cade Otton wide open in the flat. Nobody's tackling him. And it's going to be a massive, massive first down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, getting it deep into Carolina territory. I think they're going to be somewhere around the 40, maybe the 35. Two-minute warning. Carolina can stop the clock one more time. Doesn't leave them a whole lot of options, especially even if they can get 3 stops, use a timeout. The Buccaneers are going to be able to roll the majority of the final 2 minutes here, man. They're going to probably be able to eat up probably a minute and a half almost. Yeah, I don't know if I said Dallas. I might have. But anyway. All right, so we're in a commercial break. We're not missing a thing. Commercial break, 2-minute warning. I was saying it's not a hard change over to Seattle Seahawks at 49ers. What do you mean it's not a it's not a hard change? Let me know, let me know. Let's freaking go, man. We got 10 people watching right now, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you for spending your Saturday with me a little bit here. Watching some decent football here towards the end. So, but if you get a chance, please like the video, subscribe. Helps out the video, helps out the channel a ton. And it's a great free way to support me on the channel as well, man. Thank you. All right, we're back. Final 2 minutes, man. Yeah, dude, that was a back-breaking freaking first down conversion. All right. So I was way off. Actually, the Buccaneers have the ball at the 45 of Carolina. 1st and 10. Handoff. Bucky Irvin falls forward for a gain of 2. And Panthers use their final timeout here, stopping the clock with 1:56 left. 1:56. Oh, Jesus, Captain, I finally get it. Buccaneers, my bad. Sorry, I thought you were still in the festive mood. I was like, oh, reindeers. I was like, which one is I don't see a red nose. Where's Rudolph? All right, we got 2nd and 8 here. Mayfield under center. Irving in the backfield gets the handoff, and he is going to be stopped up after a gain of 2. 3rd and 6. Clock is going to continue to run here, but Carolina cannot stop the clock. And the Buccaneers wind this all the way down, use their first timeout here. At least they need to get close to kick for the game, for the winning field goal. Who? Yeah, the Buccaneers have the lead, my man. They don't need to kick anything. Yeah. Yeah, the Carolina Panthers are the ones that need the ball and to kick a field goal. But they're running out of time here. Clock is stopped at 1:11 there. 1:11. 3rd and 6. 2 tight end set. Baker under center. Hands it off to Irving, bouncing it to the left side, and he is good for another 2 yards, setting up a 4th down just inside the 40. So the Buccaneers are going to stay on the field here offensively. I would be surprised if they actually snap this ball. That would be a very dumb thing to do. I think they're just trying to draw Carolina offsides here on 4th and 4. And they're not going to get it. Delay of game. Clock is going to be down near 25 seconds left. Bucks may be trying to get a couple extra points. Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Because you said game-winning field goal. I was like, it wouldn't be I was like, they already have the lead, my man. But gotcha. Yeah, so it looks like Tampa Bay is just going to punt this one away. Try to see if they can pin Carolina deep in their own territory with about 26 seconds left. Yeah, so likely by the time Carolina's offense gets the ball here, we're going to be close to 20 seconds left. And Buccaneers use their second timeout here. You have some time to rest for just a little bit. I might try to get something to eat real quickly. I'm gonna try to get something going here, man. Yeah, I think the next game is what, at 7? Yeah. All right, punt is away. And it'll be picked up by the Panthers. It'll be inside the 5. 16 seconds left. Yeah, 7 p.m. your time, 8 p.m. Eastern. There we go. Right on. And they put 2 seconds back on the clock here, so 18. Dude, it would be so freaking funny if Carolina scored a touchdown here. So freaking hilarious. Bryce throws to the right, and it's going to be caught. Tackled inbounds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. 3 seconds left. Carolina at their own 23-yard line, man. They're gonna need a miracle for sure. They can't. They can't. They won't. All right, man. Gonna get close here. Man. And it looks like they're trying to reset the play clock there. All right, 5 receivers set, ball back at the 20-yard line. They readjusted the spot of the ball. Throws it wide open, laterals, nobody to throw to, and it's a fumble recovered by, I believe, Tampa Bay. Game is over. The Bucs get the win. All right, it's not over for these two teams, technically. If Carolina would have won, Carolina wins, they head to the playoffs. That's the end of it. But with Tampa winning, They still need the Falcons to lose tomorrow to the New Orleans Saints. If the Falcons lose, Tampa Bay heads to the playoffs with the NFC South title etched with their name. But if the Saints cannot get it done and the Falcons wins, the Carolina Panthers are still headed to the playoffs despite losing today. So, Dave, I was saying the next game is an easy change. Oh, yeah. 100%, my dude. 100%. All right, let's update the records here. So, regardless of what happens, the NFC South is going to be represented by a team with a losing record. It's either going to be the 8-9 Carolina Panthers with the Falcons win, or it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who got their 8th victory here tonight, and they will finish this regular season 8-9. So it's going to be weird, but that's just the way that it is in the NFL, which, you know what, I kind of like. I know some people have an issue with it, thinking that a team with this bad of a record should never be in the playoffs, but you know what? Kind of makes it interesting. There's a little bit of a curveball. If you win your division, you're in. I like that. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. Thank you so much. Seastrom, the Panthers make the playoffs after losing their Week 18 matchup to the Buccaneers would be hilarious. It would be such an NFC South thing, too. The team that makes the playoffs did not even win. So, yeah, not too surprising. Captain Dave, the Bucs need Saints to win to get into the playoffs. 100%, my man, you are correct. Yes, they do. So, yes, they do. But once again, guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys in about 35 minutes for Seattle over there in Santa Clara to take on the San Francisco 49ers. That team, whoever wins that one, is going to be guaranteed the number 1 seed, the division title, and likely all home playoff game through to the Super Bowl. And if the 49ers win tonight, they will not only play at home for the divisional round, and if they win the NFC Championship game, but they are also hosting the Super Bowl this year. So they have a chance to get 3 playoff games, including the Super Bowl this year. So it could be wild. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you to everybody that watched. Captain Mickey Mouse, Seastrom, David, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Steve as well. You were in here, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you to you, man. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me. Hopefully, I'll see you guys later on tonight. But otherwise, have a great weekend. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach.